Okay, so we're going to take a look at the blend tool in Illustrator. And I always find that a lot of times with the Adobe software, what we find is that there is 5 different ways to do the same thing. And I'm going to close these little swatches that I had from before. And let's open this up. And what we want to do is we want to come down here, and right now I'm just showing my gradient swatches. So if that ever happens, I want to click show all swatches. There's a lot of stuff down in here. Okay, so we have it where we need it to be. And the blend tool is this tool right here on your toolbar. Okay, and we also can see that we have the blend tool right here. We have object blend. We can release it, we can expand it. Now let's take a look. Here we have all of our blend options, and we can have a smooth color, specified steps, or specified distance. Now you'll find again and again in Illustrator sometimes there's a couple different ways to do the same thing. Again, we double click, we get the same thing. So again, there's 2 different ways to get there. So let's begin and let's look at how would this blend tool work. So let's say that I came and I drew this shape right here. Let's say it was like the side of an apple or something. And let's say that then right next to it, I began to work again. Oopsie, and I just changed the color of the shape. Hold on for a minute. I'm going to go lighter now. Go right to there. So let's say right then beside it, and we started to work. And we moved around. But maybe, whoops, what would happen as we worked, we might find that these shapes were actually blended. So what we could do is we could select both of these shapes, and we could do it either way. We could come to Object, Blend, we could set our blend options at Smooth Color, and we could hit OK. And then that should happen, but for some reason it's not. All right, let's click it again. Let's try it over here. So we double click, we say smooth color, okay, and then we come in and we click on the shapes, and there we have it. Okay, so they blended into a smooth color. We can see that gradient blend right there. All right, so let's do another one and see what happens. We could also come in, let's say we take the pen tool again, and we draw, let's say we drew the shape of something, more like a pear shape. We might come in and change the color of this. Okay, now what we might want to do then is just come on over, get our pen tool again. It doesn't really matter, right? Just working along, drawing another shape. Now this shape right here is the same color, but we're going to change it in a minute. Come in and say, this part's a little bit darker over here. We could take this, we can move it in a little bit more. Okay, and let's change the color so it's a little bit darker. We hit OK. We're going to select both of them. Now we're going to come, and we could do it either way, right? We could double click right into here. Now when we come to specified steps, we're going to say how many steps. I'm going to say I want 12 steps in between. So I'm going to hit OK, and then we click, and there we can see it. Now when you zoom in, you can see those 12 steps. Okay, whereas when we zoom in to here, you don't see you don't see those steps, okay, because it's titled smooth color. But when we come in, and probably quite often you've seen something like this looking like this in Illustrator. Now, this is another interesting thing. If we come up and we come to Object, Blend, and you hit Expand, what happens then is you can even start to click, get your white arrow, and you can click and start moving some of these. We can see that we could actually move this all apart and we would find those 12 steps that we put in. Okay? All right, so let's take a look at the last type, and we'll get the feel for this one. Oh, okay, and I just moved that whole thing. Again, we want our black arrow. Now that's the beauty of the white arrow, right? We could come and I could select one of these points and I could move this around if I decided, you know what, I want more of this color over here. You can select these anchors and move them around to change the distribution of the color. Now, let's take a look at our last thing here. And the last thing we're going to do is going to be a specified distance. Okay, now the last thing that we're going to take a look at is going to be, pull this one up here. Well, so let's just do this with two shapes, and it's similar to the one that we've just done. So we can start, we have this colored shape, and then I'll hit OK. I have another colored shape, but we're going to change the color of this one, okay? And we're going to make it a little bit darker, okay? Now we can select both of these. We come to Object, Blend, Blend options. This time, let's put specified distance. It's putting the distance in. We're going to hit OK. We click. Now that's the thing, when you do it that way, then you have to hit Make. So we come to Object, Blend. We have our blend options. We hit Make. Okay, and there we can see it. And it's put that specified distance in. And this one is somewhere we can say in between what the first one is like. So we zoom in and we can see that this one is somewhere in between what the smooth color and the specified steps are like. So there we have the blend option. Thank you for listening, and I'll leave it with that.